PM to visit Kuwait, Algeria, and attend G20 Summit in South Africa. Russia rules out new arms race. Lighting up dreams from poor kitchens in remote villages.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news. I'm Hoàng Yến, and here we go, the first step of the show. Vietnamese Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính and his spouse, together with a high-ranking Vietnamese delegation, will make an official visit to Kuwait and Algeria and attend the G20 Summit in South Africa from November 16th to 24th, 2025.
This is the first visit by a high-level Vietnamese leader to Kuwait in 16 years. Vietnam and Kuwait established diplomatic relations on January 10, 1976. Over the years, bilateral relations have developed steadily across all fields. Vietnam and Algeria established diplomatic relations on October 28, 1962. Bilateral relations have been maintained and strengthened across politics, economy, investment, defense, labor, culture, sports. Vietnam has been invited to the G20 Summit 6 times and participates in several G20 initiatives, contributing to global efforts to address shared challenges. The 2025 G20 Summit, hosted by South Africa and Johannesburg on November 22, 23, will focus on solidarity, equality, and sustainability.
The 15th National Assembly on November 14th just considered the government's proposal and a verification report on the investment policy for Gia Binh International Airport project, along with a video presentation introducing the project as the part of its ongoing 10th session.
Minister of Construction Tran Hong Min said that this is a project that plays an important role, meeting the increasing demand for air transportation in the Northern Key Economic Region. Gia Binh Airport is expected to be invested according to international standards to become a smart, green, and sustainable airport, meeting the 5-star port service standard in the top 10 5-star airports in the world, according to Skytrax's criteria. Minister of Construction Tran Hong Min emphasized that the project has an investment scale of level 4F, according to the standards of the International Civil Aviation Organization. The total investment capital for Gia Binh Airport, according to the government's report, is more than 196,000 billion VND. The government calculates the project's operation period to 70 years, from 2025 to 2095.
Secretary of Russian Federation Security Council, Mr. Sergei Shoigu, said that Russia would not allow a new arms race to begin and believes that nuclear powers should maintain global peace and security.
Russia will never allow a new arms race to erupt, no matter how much others may wish it, Shoigu told RIA Novosti, adding that Russia will continue to do everything possible to preserve strategic stability. Mr. Sergei Shoigu said that Russia and the United States, as the world's 2 largest nuclear powers, bear a special responsibility for maintaining global peace and security, while he calling on Washington to fulfill its commitments under nuclear test ban obligations and engage constructively in dialogue to reduce nuclear risks. Mr. Sergei Shoigu also voiced concern over the accelerating militarization of Europe and inflammatory rhetoric by some European officials, saying that such actions serve only to inflame tensions.
Upcoming are some updated news.
Thailand has granted a 1-year extension for undocumented migrant workers from Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam to stay and regularize their employment status. The measure, announced by Labor Minister Trinuch Tienthong, aims to bring these workers into the formal system to secure legal protections and proper identification. The policy requires all applicants to record personal identification, with children accompanying their parents mandated to enroll in a linked health insurance scheme. This move follows the recent postponement of a similar policy for Cambodian workers due to national security and identity verification concerns.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh requested that new housing and resettlement be provided for households whose homes were swept away, completely collapsed, or severely damaged by floods in the central region before January 31, 2026. Central localities from Ha Tin to Dak Lak endured back-to-back storms and flooding in late October and early November. Heavy casualties and damage to homes, schools, infrastructure. Preliminary data from the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development showed that disasters across the region left 90 dead and missing, 273 injured. 900 houses collapsed or swept away. The total estimated losses exceed $27,000, 1.04 billion USD.
The Party Committee of Nghệ An Provincial People's Committee has recommended that the Provincial Standing Committee allow the international open bidding format to select investors for the Kuwait Lap LNG thermal power project. The project aims to generate electricity from liquefied natural gas, contributing to a stable power supply for the national grid. The project will be implemented on an area of 67.28 hectares of land and sea surface in Tan Mai Ward, with a capacity of 1,500 megawatt. The total investment capital for the project is VND 55.490 billion, with an operating term of 50 years. The first unit is expected to be put into operation in 2029, with the entire project completed in 2030. To date, Nghệ An has received 5 valid investor applications, including 4 foreign investors.
Lack of electricity for lighting, no phone signals, and constantly landslide-prone roads are the daily difficulties that teachers in the high-altitude villages of Nghệ An province must overcome. However, beyond the hardship to keep students coming to class, the teachers here also quietly perform countless unlisted tasks with the desire to ensure their students have more nutritious meals and continue to nurture their dreams of going to school. More in the story today.
Continuous landslides on the road have left the small, scattered school sites in Nako and Nanagan hamlets, Inga, my commune, almost completely isolated from the outside world for many days. Under challenging teaching and learning conditions, lacking electricity for lighting and communication, the teachers here have had to risk wading through streams and trekking through forests, carrying sack of rice on their backs to the school.
The
road is dangerous, a mountain on one side and a cliff on the other. Sometimes rocks would fall, and we'd have to run away frantically. The 160,000 VND meal allowance provided for preschool children, when divided among 22 lunches in a month, means each meal for these young children in the highland areas costs only 7,200 VND. To ensure the children have full stomachs, in addition to the rice contributed by parents, the 2 teachers at this isolated school also have to grow their own green vegetables to supplement the nutrition in the students' meals.
Due to the difficult conditions, the teachers personally overcome to help their students.
After school hours, as the mist envelops the mountains and the sun sinks behind the peaks, a quiet loneliness descends upon the teachers in these remote hamlets. They live amidst the 3 lacks: no family by their side, no electricity for lighting, and no phone signal. Yet, overcoming all these obstacles, they silently continue to sow the seeds of literacy and diligently provide every meal for the children in remote places. The difficulty lies in the fact that the students are dispersed across various school sites. We cannot arrange mixed-grade classes because the distances between these hamlets are significant. It is very difficult to hire a cook to prepare meals for the children. Despite the myriad hardships amidst the mountains and forests, the dedicated teachers in the remote areas of Nghệ An silently keep the flame of hope alive, kindling dreams from humble hearths. They strive so that the light of knowledge can nurture aspirations, allowing the children to step confidently into life.
The last story to send it our news today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye for now.